This was in 1975, and my then husband and his friend who he had taught astrology to, Jamadagni, and his other friend, Rebhatinandan, who had been a Swami, they were all studying astrology. And basically, Jamadagni and Kanupriya, they wanted Rebhatinandana to take them up to have a meeting with Srila Prabhupada to discuss some questions that they had. So the meeting was arranged. Rebhatinandana took them up to Srila Prabhupada's room, and they brought a cassette recorder with them to record the entire conversation, because they believed that this would be a historical moment in ISKCON, which was going to change and revolutionize everything. So they asked challenging questions to Srila Prabhupada. Things such as, the one devotee said, well, Srila Prabhupada, you said we should follow our GBC. My GBC in Hawaii is a homosexual. Does that mean that if he wants me to engage in homosexual activities, I should? And Prabhupada said, what is this homosex? And someone else that was in the room tried to explain what the devotee was getting at. And Prabhupada still, what is this homosex? And it didn't really continue out. Prabhupada wasn't comfortable. I listened to the tape afterwards. Prabhupada just dismissed it. It was not pleasant. Then they asked questions like, well, Srila Prabhupada, you say in Krishna book, or the battles, or in the battle of Kurukshetra, there were 600 million warriors. What did they do for toilets? Prabhupada just, he didn't say anything. I mean, you can imagine, Jagat Guru, how's he going to respond? Anyway, then there were more questions asked. I can't remember everything, but then they began to say, well, Srila Prabhupada, do we have to follow a GBC? Can we live outside and follow the principles and read your books and still be devotees? And it went on like that. And then finally, Srila Prabhupada understood their hearts and their minds, what they were getting at. They had grown long hair, and Kenny, he had a big beard, and they had given themselves astrologer names, Shambhu, Indra, and Vyas. So Prabhupada then said to them, actually, you are more advanced than I am. You do not need a guru, but I do. Therefore, you should go out into the material world and enjoy. You are no longer my disciples. And they were right. It was a historical moment. It was showing that we have free will. And if you don't want to worship and follow a spiritual master's instructions, you can do that. So it was a really, it was a horrible time for me. But that was Srila Prabhupada's mercy, because they would have continued committing horrible, horrible offenses. So in one sense, it was very painful, but Prabhupada didn't have to take on the karmic reactions for what the future sinful activities were going to reap.